Hotep Sinuena Sinut ET, Eren Ishakan Bukemet. First, I want to check the sound, make sure that it sounds good. I won't be long with this one. I hesitated for a while about whether or not I should give my 2 cents because it's one of the most trending events. So, for those who don't know, we have footage of Will Smith that either slapped or punched the comedian Chris Rock. From what I've seen, it looks like a slap, but I even wonder if it was really a slap, if it really hit him. We kind of hear some noise, but it's very strange because when the joke was made, we have we can see Will Smith laugh. We can also see that Jada didn't look like she like she appreciated the joke. And sometimes people can take a joke, they'll laugh. And sometimes they cannot really take it, but they won't necessarily react. So it looks to me like Will thought that the joke was funny, but then when he realized his wife, Jada Pinkett Smith, did not like the joke, then that's when he pulled up a bully move, and it was very unfortunate because Will is a legend, and he's considered a legend not only in the music world but also in movies. So to a lot of people, it just doesn't make sense at all. Some people feel like if it was somebody else, we wouldn't have gone up and slapped the dude. It's just a shame. So I don't know why people say that Will punched Chris Rock, but I understand if some people wonder if it was staged. However, seeing Will's reaction after the slap when he got back to his seat and saying, keep my wife's name out your effing mouth," and repeating it, that alone makes me think that it was probably not staged. So there was an instance, and that's from years ago, probably a decade ago. Can't remember if it was in Europe, but some journalists like either kiss or try to kiss Will, and Will gave him like a backhand slap, which was more like a tap. But with Chris, it was something. If it was really a slap, so it's understandable with that journalist who tried to kiss him. Maybe he managed to touch some parts of his lips. The footage is there. If you type Will Smith reporter kissing, but seeing Will committing an act of violence on stage, I mean, he could have taken it backstage, but and then speaking the way he did after, it was indeed very, very surprising to a lot of people. He's someone who has made a career not cursing, not using profanity. So he looked very, very different. You know, you have some gangster robbers, you would tell a joke about them, they will laugh it off. If you make a joke about their wife, they will ultimately laugh it off or not laugh, but they won't go on stage and hit somebody. So it was strange, and I understand why some people feel like he put his frustration on Chris because of all uh, the joke that's been made ever since that integument business. But it's just weird, and some people feel like It's a case of black on black violence. If he was a white comedian, Will would not have slapped him. I don't know, but it's just weird. It's just weird. Very strange. Very strange. But to me, the worst part out of all this is that everybody can look it up. At the moment Chris said the joke, we can clearly see Will Smith laughing and his wife Jada sitting next to him with that look showing that she did not appreciate the joke. Now, there's one thing I wasn't aware. One thing I wasn't aware of is this condition that Jada has called alopecia. So she's suffering from a condition that resulted in some hair loss, and I didn't know that she even posted about it. So, uh, nevertheless, to me, it's not a case of we are feeling like you shouldn't joke about that because once again he was laughing at first. So it's a shame. It's a shame, and luckily it did not end that bad because some other people might have had some bodyguards around or some people that that are around you but they're not bodyguards. You know what I'm saying? And it could have escalated somehow, some way. So luckily it was not the case. But if it was with a rapper, I think it would have escalated badly. So more power to Chris Rock. And well, nobody's perfect. I guess it will be the worst display in terms of behavior that we will see from Will Smith because he had a career that lasted decades, and he's been handling himself well. Uh, Now his wife's behavior, um, it's difficult to understand, but they seem to be happy together, so it is what it is. But it's just unfortunate, really. It's a shame that he resorted to doing that. It's kind of tarnishing his legacy a little bit. There's some things I guess only we do, you know? Sometimes we are quick to resort to violence amongst ourselves. Maybe he thought too quickly, and I don't think that he did that in order to look tough. Because at the end of the day, that's not the result. People don't feel like, oh, yeah, he defending this woman and all that. I really feel personally, and that's my 2 cents, I'm not in his mind because he was laughing and his wife wasn't. He felt like he had to do something to show her, I'm down with you. I'm not going to let that happen. But there's a bit of hypocrisy if you laugh and then, when you see the reaction. So, anyway, those my 2 cents. We have someone called Celia who wrote, well, she wrote in French. She wrote, hello, thanks for your videos. I'm following you since a few years. Bah, Cécilia, en fait, si jamais tu connais des gens intéressés par les mets monétaires, eh bien, je donne des cours depuis quelque temps déjà. Donc, bien sûr, j'en donne en anglais, mais j'en donne aussi en français. Bon, il y a beaucoup plus de gens, beaucoup plus anglophones qui prennent les cours. Mais si jamais des francophones veulent apprendre, euh, ben, ils pourront aller plus loin et apprendre la culture au lieu d'écouter des gens qui racontent n'importe quoi, qui font de la science-fiction. Je vois plein de gens, plein de chaînes où ils sont là à parler de Kémit, Kémit ci, Kémit ça. Ils peuvent pas lire trois glyphes, ils connaissent rien du tout à Kémet si ce n'est le nom. Et je trouve ça triste en fait. Et puis au moment des panafricains qui célèbrent n'importe quoi, comme les fêtes comme Kwanzaa, qui est un plagiat de la fête du Vanuka, donc c'est pas africain. Et en plus, le type qui a inventé Kwanzaa a torturé des femmes noires. Mais bon, les panafricains défendent ouvertement et publiquement des violeurs et des pédophiles, donc c'est pas quelque chose de glorieux. Donc voilà, si jamais tu connais des gens ou si jamais toi tu es intéressé, bah, il y a mon adresse mail. Il y a mon adresse mail en description de cette vidéo et des autres vidéos aussi. Et ceux qui sont intéressés, là je m'adresse à tout le monde, hein, pour les francophones qui sont intéressés, vous pouvez m'envoyer simplement vos disponibilités. Par exemple, bon voilà, je suis disponible le lundi de 20h à 22h, ou bien si c'est lundi ou vendredi de 20h à 22h et puis le week-end, et cetera. Et après, quand j'aurai suffisamment de gens, ben, je ferai des groupes en fait. Donc, je vous contacterai pour dire voilà, et j'ai tel groupe. Est-ce que ça te convient, ces horaires-là? Bon, après, je tiens à préciser que les cours de monétaire ne sont pas gratuits. Donc, c'est 10 euros par cours d'une heure minimum. Parfois, on va au-delà, en fait. Et voilà, quoi. Donc, aux States, il y a des gens qui font payer 50 $. Bah, tout comme en France récemment, j'avais vu qu'il y avait des cours de monétaire à 50 euros aussi. Et bah, après, le prix a baissé de moitié. Et puis maintenant, euh, je pense pas qu'il y a vraiment de. Il ne doit pas y avoir grand monde qui enseigne les monétaires, en fait. Donc, voilà. Voilà, le message est passé. Donc, merci, merci, ça fait plaisir. Donc, ouais, bah, Jada, de toute façon, je sais pas, c'est incompréhensible, en fait. Mais bon, ils sont ensemble, ils sont contents ensemble, donc c'est bien pour eux. And we have Mr. Sharp, how you doing, brother, who wrote, it's because she's suffering from alopecia. Well, I first thought about that. I first considered that because I was not even aware of that. Um, I don't really follow people on social media. Um, when I get news, it's the stuff that comes on my feed. You see, um, but like I said, he's seen laughing at the joke. He's seen clearly laughing at the joke. So it's a shame. Now it's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world, but it's really a shame. And he apologized to the academy. He apologized to some, but I haven't heard him yet apologizing to Chris Rock. Now Chris Rock decided not to press charges. He could have pressed charges. You know, but he decided not to, and that's a good thing for Will because Will would have to cough up some money. Not that it would affect his finances, but going to trial and it's like, but I think that him apologizing to Chris Rock will be a good move on his part, because it was not a good look, really. It was not a good look. So what else can be said? Nobody's going to throw Will under the bus for that. Particularly knowing that there's this situation that his wife is suffering from, um, and knowing that a lot of people have been laughing at him, because of the situation. I mean, his wife did not make it easy by, talking about that young guy that she had some entanglement with. Uh, it's something for any man is very shameful, very very hard to take on. But you cannot put your frustration on somebody else because Chris Rock is a comedian. He only did his job. His job is to make people laugh. His job is to make jokes. So now if we're at the point where you know comedians will have to be afraid of making a joke about somebody, then we're only gonna have bodybuilding comedians or martial artist comedians. So it ain't gonna be fun. Um, but what else can be said? You know what else can be said? But it's trending so much. Hey, what's up, Anthony? How you doing? Yeah, it was a cheap shot. It was a cheap shot. And on the real note, if you would have stood to him like letting him know that he's going to do something. I mean, I saw the feed that says he slapped him. But I guess when he walked up to Chris, and Chris is laughing, he's like, oh, Richard, because he got the Oscar, or well, I don't know if it's an Oscar, but he got he got a knowledge. He received a prize for that movie where he played Serena and Venus Williams' sisters. Um, he probably thought he was gonna, fool around, joke around, pretend, maybe put in a headlock. I don't know, like, do some gimmick, something, say something on a mic, whatever. But if would have let him know, nice for real or spoke to him, but just hitting him like that, you know. And I really don't like when I see people who kind of, you know, peak on, you know, individuals are weaker, you know. Chris Rock compared to Will Smith, he's physically weak. He's weaker, you know. But that thing is done. That thing is done. It's too late now. That's why it would be a good move, and that's my 2 cents. You know, it's not going to affect Will's life. You know, he's still going to be the multi-millionaire movie and rap legend that he is. You know, I'm not saying that as if I want him to know what I'm saying. He has his life, which is like, you know, miles away from mine. You know, like years away from mine. But I feel like it would be a good move on him. You know, to apologize to Chris, because the poor guy only did his job. You know, you cannot blame someone for doing his job. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Now, Global Minerals wrote, Will is definitely on the edge and not stable anymore. Woman can do this to you. Well, you know, I mean, I don't want this, and it will not be long anyway, because I don't want to spend too much time on this, and just want to give my 2 cents, and you know, and ultimately hear what other people have to say. But there's so much that could be said about the situation. But the thing is that he remains in that relationship, so I guess he's happy in that relationship. You know, the kids are grown. You know, but it has to be said, and I guess people said it. For his wife to come out and say all those things, you know, dang, you know, that's not the business. You know, that's not the business, and it can make you, you know, lose your character. Indeed, you know. So I mean, there's some things that we only see amongst black people. You know, and it's a shame because we don't really see other ethnic group where the female will disrespect them publicly the way we can be disrespected by our sisters. But you know, then again, it's going to turn into some male versus female debate. But there are some realities, you know, and I've been saying over the years, you know, if somebody comes up and think that I'm the type to just criticize women, I've criticized dudes for their bad behavior, you know. But there's some things going on with our sisters, and it's real foul, you know. Like, you know, we have many cases. I mean, I can give just an example. Mary J. Blige, who was also a legend, a singing legend. Now, her ex-husband, she slapped him publicly in a party. You know, the footage is there. You know, so he didn't react badly. He was trying to talk to her. You know, the security was there in between. You know, but I mean, she just slapped him in front of everybody like that. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, now Malik wrote, white people. Well, I don't even know why you put that up, but you know, I don't know why you put that up. Yeah. So thank you for being there, brothers and sisters. Now, for those who didn't know, indeed, I'm giving Metal Nature lessons, and it's going well. I'm happy. I'm happy to see people, you know, learn slowly but surely. There's a link in the description of this video. I mean, the link to my email address, basically. So just let me know what your availabilities are. Tell me which days you're, like, for example, Monday to Friday, I'm available from that time to that time. On the weekend, I'm available from such and such time. And then when there's enough people, you know, I will do another group, you know, and then we can, you know, make this happen. But now I'm looking for groups. See, I'm looking for groups. So stay safe, stay healthy, and if I'm allowed to, by the Necheru, I will definitely holler back at you. Hotel. Now, for the record, for those who don't know, I'm giving Medu Nature classes. And here, that's the flyer. Okay? So, those who are interested, feel free to holler at me.
If you're not interested, it's cool. But I recommend that everybody who has not yet seen the video Kemet and Ma'at before Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, then watch it. It has about 300,000 views and really deserves to have a lot more.
I just want to let everyone know who's listening in now and who's going to listen to this stream in the future. I just had my first Meta Nature class by Brother Shaka today, and I've had other Meta Nature lessons by other teachers, and I can tell you right now, the brother is the best in the game. He is that was one of the best classes I've ever had, ever. So if you're interested in learning the Meta Nature, if you're interested in getting the basics of it, Brother Shaka is an awesome teacher. Get with him, and it's extremely affordable. This brother is giving us his time and his skills, and he's basically giving it away. I mean, I just consider it a donation. You know what I'm saying? So if anybody is interested in learning the Meta Nature, get with this brother right here. He's an awesome teacher. And I'll end with that.
Hotep Senu, Hena Senut. This is Julie, also known as Servant of Yah, and I'm currently taking the Medu Neture classes with Brother Shaka, and it has been an amazing experience. Only 2 lessons so far, and I feel like I've been taking the classes for months, just with the how in depth he goes into the vocabulary words, the construction of the language, the grammar. It's been immeasurable, the experience. And one thing that comes across, hands down, is his extreme passion for teaching this to anyone who is willing to learn and has an interest in learning. So I highly suggest, if you are interested, even a minimal interest, that you subscribe to the classes with Brother Shaka. It's such a nominal amount for how much you get. I know, like, our last class was over 2.5 hours. It felt like 2 minutes, but because that's how involved you are in what he's teaching and how he teaches and how compassionate he is about what he teaches. Also with sharing materials free of charge, no question, no doubt. It's just what he does. He doesn't have to, but he does. And so I just wanted to give a short testimonial about the class and the effectiveness of the class. And all of that is attested to how studied Brother Shaka is. So I highly recommend anyone with a minimal interest that you do sign up for the Medu Neture class. Hotep.
Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, which is Ma'at Forever. Don't forget to watch the video entitled Kemet and Ma'at. Don't forget to share Kemet and Ma'at on my channel on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, or other social media that you use. Email, text messages, you name it. Those who wish to donate can do so on paypal.me/ma'atforever.